In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. A human being always desires for the assets, for the wealth. And a human being is always shirking, running away, running away from the liabilities. Liabilities and assets. A person in one's own life will always doing one's utmost to avoid the liabilities and to get the assets. Some of the people who are intelligent enough are positive enough. Positive enough or intelligent enough. They people have the ability to reduce the burden of their liabilities. They don't feel as much burdensome as certain or many or most of other people do. These people try to take sometimes advantage of their liabilities as well. They have the ability, they are trying, they do have the ingenuity to turn their liabilities into the assets. There are several examples of it, but the time does not allow me to go into the details of that or even to mention several of these cases because each case deserves a bit of explanation and elaboration so that it becomes comprehensible to the people. Now, some of the people, they are so foolish that they have turned their assets into the liabilities. Some of the people are so foolish that they have turned their assets into the liabilities, their wealth into the liabilities. Wealth is the assets, and the assets are the wealth. The two of these are in the same thing. Cash is the liquidity, and which can be consumed at any moment. Assets turned into the liquidity needs to be turned into the liquidity first. Use them. Now, there are people who do have the good amount of wealth and assets. There are people who do have the good amount of wealth and assets. But these people are very stingy. These people are very miser. These people are very ungenerous. Generosity, although, is of something very good, but at least it is not compulsory, it is not mandatory, it is not something which is essential and incumbent upon each and every individual. But as far the moderation is concerned, as far a reasonable spending is concerned, it is something which is mandatory, compulsory, essential, unavoidable, a kind of must upon each and every individual. But these people, despite the fact that they are having enough amount of wealth, despite the fact that these people are having enough amount of wealth, these people do not consume, utilize their wealth. They don't utilize their wealth upon themselves, not upon their loved ones, not upon the general public, not upon the needy people around them. So these people are only and only These people are working as a security guard, as the security of their wealth and assets. Why are why and how are they doing that? Obviously, for the reason so that no one else should be able to access the wealth and the assets of these people. Nobody should be able to steal. Nobody should be able to steal, usurp the wealth and the assets of these people. So they people are actually the protectors and the developers of their wealth and assets. They are always working, striving, struggling to develop their wealth as well. Always, always, always protecting their wealth. Why do they do that? Because they want their assets to be safe on the one hand, their wealth and assets to be safe on the one hand, and they want their assets and wealth to keep developing upon other end on the other end, so that their wealth and assets keep developing like that of the other people, if not more than that. So these are actually, they have adopted the role of a custodian. They have adopted the rules of the protector and the developer of their wealth and assets. They are not the benefiters. They are not the utilizers. They are not the utilizers. They do have to feel. They do have to work a lot. They do have to. They always remain worried. They always remain worried about the protection and the development of their wealth and assets. So now tell me, aren't these the foolish people who have turned their assets into the liabilities? Aren't these people foolish enough because they have turned their assets into liabilities? Their assets have become the liabilities for those people. Now, another factor which is extremely important, equally or even more important than what we have talked about. These people are like everyone else, they do have to die pretty soon. They do have to leave this world forever. What is going to happen with their wealth and with their assets after the departure from this world? What is going to happen with their wealth and with their assets? These people, their wealth is going to be utilized mercilessly, immoderately, either by the people who are not one of their loved ones, or even if they are, and they are the rightful heir. What is going to happen? These rightful heir too will be utilizing this wealth and assets upon the things and the causes and the purposes which were disliked and despised, excuse me, by their previous owners. Now, aren't they foolish enough that they have turned their wealth and assets into the liabilities? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. They should actually, but these people, if they were wise enough, if these were sensible and intelligent enough, these people would have utilized their wealth generously, generously upon themselves, upon their loved ones, and upon the needy people as well. So the money somebody is utilizing and benefiting from is the money which is really, really their own. Otherwise, these people are simply the protector and the developer of the wealth and the assets which they think is their own. Actually, it's not their own. They people are so miser, so stingy that they are going to least the least amount of benefit from it. Thank you. Jazakallah.